How's it going, everyone? And welcome back to the Skill-Capped 11.5 mid-patch update tier list. We now have a really solid read on the meta, so thanks to the help of our challenger players and using the most up-to-date stats, we'll be bringing you the best tier list possible. Who's the most broken champion for 11.5 in your opinion? With Seraphine and Udyr nerfed now, this question becomes a little more difficult, so we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. For all your timely and accurate meta content each and every patch, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out. And with all that being said, let's jump right into it. The biggest adjustment from the top lane tier list includes moving Urgot from S up into OP. Now, you may be wondering what's propelled Urgot up the list since he hasn't received any direct changes as of recent. It comes down to his new build that's proving to be super broken. There are two variations you can run, either a Titanic Hydra into Frostfire Gauntlet or a Stridebreaker into Titanic Hydra. It's only within these past few patches where people have really begun to realize the strength of Titanic on Urgot. After both Goredrinker and Ravenous were nerfed, many players abandoned that build and are seeing way more success as a result. Titanic Hydra with Urgot W allows him to insta-clear waves, and the percent HP damage from the active combined with the tankiness makes it the perfect Urgot item. Since Titanic grants bonus AD based on health, building a Frostfire Gauntlet second and then Black Cleaver third gives you immense damage and beefiness. Don't forget Black Cleaver was also just buffed, which is another reason for Urgot's surge in success. All in all, Urgot's a literal juggernaut god in 11.5, so pick him up before everyone realizes his true power. We covered Nocturne top in our Hidden Gems video for 11.4, and he's performing even better since then. As a result, we'll be bumping him from A into S tier. If you want to learn more about the pick and why he's so strong, then definitely check out that Hidden Gems video. A TLDR is that Stridebreaker's amazing on Nock, and his strength in meta matchups like Gnar, Irelia, Camille, and Aatrox is really insane. Alright, with Urgot moving up into OP tier, he'll slot right beside Cho'Gath, Darius, Malphite, and Garen, who continue to thrive in 11.5. The Stridebreaker changes haven't negatively impacted champs like Garen or Darius at all, so they continue to remain on top. Jax is so much better now after his buff, so if you're a Jax main or just looking to pick him up, now's a great time. For a quick rundown on our jungle tier list, it's the one role we actually have no new updates or movement for mid-patch. Exactly as we predicted, OP picks remain Elise, Udyr, Hecarim, and Kha'Zix. Udyr was hit slightly by those nerfs, however, as expected, they weren't enough to drop him out of OP. Both Ivern and Poppy continue to dominate and remain highly undervalued for 11.5. Ivern's an amazing pick into Udyr, and Poppy does so well into Hecarim. We featured both in our most recent video on the best champs to counter the meta, so be sure to take a look at that one if you want to learn more about why they're so strong. We've got a few adjustments to the mid-tier list in store, as Seraphine will be dropping from S down to A. Turns out the nerfs have negatively affected her more than anticipated, so she drops from being a premier pick to a solid A-tier champ. We had high hopes that the Qiyana buffs would finally push her back up into S tier, but unfortunately that just hasn't been the case. She has become a little bit stronger, but not enough to warrant being an S tier pick, so we'll be moving her back into A. So those will be our only alterations for mid-patch, as we still see Kassadin, Anivia, Fizz, and Galio dominating the meta. Definitely stay away from Azir now. We moved him into the garbage can in our pre-patch tier list, and he currently holds an abysmal 40% win rate. You'll notice we have a lot of traditional top lane picks like Renekton, Garen, and Kled in our S tier, and that's because they counter meta picks so well. If you're struggling against Fizz, Cass, Yone, Yasuo, and so on, playing a bruiser into them will alleviate that completely. Moving on to ADC now. After one patch of rotting in the gutter, Samira is back to being a solid carry pickup. Due to her buffs, we had moved Samira from C into B for the pre-patch update, but with how well she's performing throughout 11.5, we'll now bounce her up one more tier into A. Senna's been hit a little harder than we originally anticipated with those Rageblade nerfs, so she'll be falling another tier and joining Samira in A. Seraphine is still holding up extremely well when played in the carry role for 11.5, albeit not as busted as before. We're dropping her out of OP into S, however, Seraphine will still remain a very underrated pickup for the role. A few other tweaks to the list include Kai'Sa and Jinx swapping places. Kai'Sa's play rate has shot up even further here in 11.5, and she's seeing even more success as well, which earns her a spot back in OP. Jinx, on the other hand, is still an extremely strong carry alternative, however, our analysts are rating her slightly below OP with how everything's shaping out. And then finally breaking through into our OP tier has been Tristana. Trist is a pick we've rated super highly over the past few patches, and is finally starting to take over the meta in 11.5. Tristana provides some of the best raw solo carry potential for any ADC right now, and if paired with an aggressive support, can completely take over games. Seraphine's power level has been hit the hardest in the support role for 11.5. We were optimistic she could hold on to S tier, however, the nerfs were just a little too much to stomach, and as a result, Seraphine will now be placed in A. Rel, on the other hand, is holding up just fine like we predicted, as a great S tier pick. Following suit with ADC Senna, support will be falling 1 tier as well. The Rageblade nerfs weren't very kind, and unless a new build begins to emerge, she will remain down in B tier. Lulu, Leona, and Thresh will form the trifecta of OP picks. Our analysts wouldn't be surprised if Thresh receives some nerfs in the coming patches, so continue to abuse while you can. We've moved Karma into A tier for our pre-patch update, as she's finally in a really great spot now. If you're tired of playing Seraphine and are looking for another strong lane bully support, we'd highly recommend Karma. Other than that though, nothing else new to report for 11.5, as the meta will remain very similar to where it was last patch. Alright guys, that is going to round everything out. We hope that you enjoyed our quick rundown on what the meta is looking like as 11.5 progresses. To stay up to date with the meta every single patch, this is the best place to be, so don't forget to drop a sub and turn on notifications if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, may the solo queue gods be with you, and we will catch you in the next one.